Hi, you're watching my channel, Cloud Busted. So I got another non-RC video for you today, and I apologize about that. This is going to be the last non-RC video I do for a while. I know I've been doing those a lot lately, but this video goes out to a friend of mine. I was going to send it to him like through email and everything, but I couldn't. It was too long. So anyway, these are Freddy Krueger gloves, and I've been making these things for a long time. To give you an idea, I started making these when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was making Freddy Krueger gloves while the other kids were playing with Furbies, if you know what those are. So I was making these Freddy gloves while the other kids were playing with Furbies wearing flannel shirts with shorts. So that's how long I've been making these for. So anyway, I've made hundreds of these things, if not close to 1,000, and it's not that I don't want to do it anymore. I just got so much going on, and these things are so time consuming. And also, the materials I like to use are getting hard to get. Like the blades I make out of a material called S90V, and it's not the easiest material to get a hold of. So I'm not going to sacrifice quality for quantity. So anyway, a friend of mine makes these gloves. He does a really good job. It's called Flaming Creations. So one of the ways I make so many gloves so fast, I made tooling, so I can crank these things out. I can make them fast, make a lot of them. So I made them some of the tooling, and this video is basically just to show them how it works. So that's why I'm doing this video, and I put it on YouTube because it's the easiest way to get this video to them because I couldn't email it. So anyway, Flaming Creations, here's the tooling I made for you. Let me get this out of the way. Alright, so here it is. It's pretty simple. It's all made out of hardened steel. It's for stamping out the tips. So you just lift it up, put your copper in, close it, this clamps into a vise. So it's hinged right here. It's got a 7/16 bolt. It's pinned right there with a cotter pin, so that way the nut can't loosen up. And the reason I did it that way, if you look, there's some play in there, forward and back, side to side. At first I used a bigger bolt, made it so there was no movement, but it didn't work as well. So having that play definitely helps it. That's why I did it that way. It's hard. So the anvil is just a 1-inch round right here, and this piece is hardened steel, so it's never going to break or wear out on you. It's all fully MIG welded. If you take a look at that, you can see those are Olympic quality welds. This is the handle you pull down, hammer right there, and it stamps out a piece. It's really simple, gusseted for strength. This was the other version I made of this. This is for doing like the part 6 tips, the Freddy's Dead tips, but it wouldn't really work for the Freddy vs. Jason ones. This is a lot more complex. This is all, you can take it apart and fully rebuild it, just like you can with this. You can take this all apart and grease it. Same thing with this one. But if you look, there's this piece here on this, and you can insert, because on a Freddy's Dead glove, every tip is different between the 4 fingers. So the way this one works, you clamp this in the vise, and you pull down, and like that, you change your different anvils in here for the different tips, and just you stamp out a Freddy tip. That's how I was able to make those Freddy's Dead gloves so fast. This one right here is not like a screen accurate. This was actually a custom glove I built for a guy. And when I would build these gloves, I would like have somebody give me like measurements of their hand so it fits perfectly. And I made this for a guy, but problem is he's married, and I guess his wife found out he was gonna buy it, and she wasn't happy with that, so the sale didn't go through. And so the moral of that story is, if you want to be happy and successful, just don't get married. But anyway, so here's the tool I made for you. Let me show you how it works. Alright, so the way this works is there's a flat edge right here and also right there. If you take a look, the machine edge stops here a little bit lower than the front. So that makes it easy. You just lower this down in your vise till you feel that edge hit. Tighten it up. Now it's locked in there. And this thing is clearance for type L copper pipe or penny thick copper. You could use like a type M copper pipe. It just might have a little distortion in the side. You just have to hammer it out. So it's really easy to do. You just lift this up, and this is a piece of copper. It's all cut out. This is type L copper pipe. I heated it up and annealed it, which makes it a lot easier to bend. But you don't have to. You can put it in, but it's probably easier if you anneal it. So you just set this in there, And then I bevel these edges so it makes it really easy to line up your copper. So once you see you have it centered, just give this a good pull down. Hold steady pressure. A few good hits. There goes my hammer. That was a hammer breaking. I should have used a better hammer. I don't know why I used this one, but at least it's a snap-on and it's warranted, so I can get it changed out, no problem. But that's how that works. It's really easy. Makes a perfect piece. This one, it's the copper's a little distorted. That's because when I cut it, it wasn't really cut smooth. So that's pretty much it. Easy stuff. Works well. Another thing I was going to do originally was weld a piece like this on the back, because I use these when I make the gloves. I clamp this in a vise and I use this as like an anvil to help shape things. And I was going to cut this short, weld it on the back, make it a little bit easier to use. So now this is kind of like a 2-in-1 tool, but I decided not to do that. So, you know, if you want something like this, let me know. I can send you that too. So alright, anyway, Flaming Creations, I'll get this shipped out to you as soon as possible. Today is the day before Thanksgiving, so I think Friday I should be able to ship it out to you. So I'll reach out to you, I'll get all your shipping info, I'll get this in the mail, and you can start cranking out some more gloves.